This is a bombshell out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's bring in one of our college football analysts, and that is Joe Shad. Joe, what can you tell us? What's going on with LSU?
Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, the star cornerback for LSU, not expected to continue to be a LSU Tiger. Sources close to Mathieu telling me that he has been looking for a new place to play, presumably because he is going to be announced shortly as no longer a member of the LSU program. Tyrann Mathieu Jr., obviously one of the best players in the nation.
We're just now getting word that he has indeed been dismissed from his scholarship. It has been confirmed by LSU. All right, again, breaking news into SportsCenter, and this is a huge story. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, such a big part of LSU's run at a national championship last year, has been dismissed from LSU. Also, this just in, a statement from Les Miles. He says, "This is a very difficult day for our team. We lose a quality person, teammate, and contributor to the program." He said, however, with that being said, we have a standard that our players are held to. When that standard is not met, there are consequences.
LSU has dismissed Heisman Trophy finalist Tyrann Mathieu from his football program for violating school and team rules.
Tyrann Mathieu is no longer on our team, violated team policies.
It was announced today that Tyrann Mathieu, the star-studded cornerback for Louisiana State University, has been kicked off the football team. The reason being was because of repeated violations of the substance abuse policy.
For Tyrann Mathieu, this is a letdown. He was dismissed from the LSU football program after failing multiple drug tests. He attended rehab, was attempting to rejoin the team. This is highly unlikely after this arrest.
69th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Tyrann Mathieu, defensive back, LSU.
And there's Tyrann Mathieu celebrating the moment, and we all know the journey this young man's been on.
And, you always have to make the determination. Young people sometimes do stupid stuff. Is that just young stupid, or is this character? And you're betting on the fact that there's going to be a maturation here in this young man.
And there's a risk-reward scenario here, and what a great opportunity for this young man, and I hope he takes it. Why smell opportunity for a gifted young guy like Tyrann Mathieu?
They need to surround him with people that give him that structure. They got to put that structure in place to help him.
Hey, Tyrann, good luck, man. You've got a great opportunity, and we're rooting for you.
Tyrann, obviously a very long draft process for you. Tell me about your emotions when you finally heard your name called.
Filled with joy, man. It's been a long road, man. You know, a lot of ups and downs, man. But God is good, man. God was with me the whole time, and you know, my family, my friends, Patrick, Dion, all those people, man. I'm blessed, man. I don't have anything to say. I'm blessed. I'm ready to play football.
Now, what I like most is the fact that they were able to gamble on talent. You don't see a lot of teams do that nowadays. They take Tyrann Mathieu, who I like a lot, free safety, strong safety, cornerback, kickoff, and punt returner. You can get so creative with him on your football team, so you get 4 players with 1 pick in Tyrann Mathieu.
Being able to talk to Pat Peterson about Tyrann, how important was that? Extremely, because you know, when Pat came in, the minute he got through baggage claim, he was a pro. I mean, he's a responsible, very mature young man. So to hear it from his mouth, it just was an added level of trust.
I wanted to put a bug in the GM's ear and Coach Aaron's ear that this guy, he's learned from his mistakes. He can definitely help us in the long run. He was sorry for letting me down. He told me he won't let me down again.
At the end of the day, you want to do the right things for yourself, but I want to do the right things for Patrick too. Our friendship was much deeper than that, and you know, I knew he was always the guy I could go to and lean on.
He makes a lot of plays. I watched him from his freshman year at LSU, defensive MVP of the Cotton Bowl as a true freshman. He's something now. When you watch him make plays, and he has that instinct a little bit like Troy Polamalu, who will break defenses at times and maybe drive some coaches batty, and then you realize he's taking the ball from the team and gone the other way.
I definitely think, you know, I do a lot for my team, and I should definitely be at the top of the list.
I'm telling you, this guy is mentioned in Heisman conversations. You got to vote. The guy just makes plays. If there's ever a year where a defensive play would win the Heisman. It's Tyrann Mathieu right here.
I do think Mathieu, I think he's definitely deserving.
Brissett goes deep right side for the post. There's Tyrann Mathieu back. And he got it on the horse.
He followed the ball and LSU's got it. He rips it and he catches it.
Boy, does he know how to do that well. Tyrann Mathieu looks for blocking help, but he takes what he wants.
It's going to be hit, and the ball is knocked loose. It is at the 23-yard line, picked up 10. You want me to tell you who it was?
No, we know already.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Back to the 15, running backwards, loose, free ball, touchdown, LSU, Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu went in there and took it away.
He's the greatest LSU player I have ever seen with my own eyes. He's the best player to ever play in Tiger Stadium.
Probably the happiest draft choice I've ever made. Tyrann is one of those kids that he pays back every day, and he's becoming the face of the franchise.
Short pass inside, batted in the air, intercepted by Mathieu. Holy cow, this guy continues to do just amazing things. And Matthew's going to take it in, a chance to run. Near side, 10, 15, he's at the 20, still in 25, 30, 35, he's got a 10, leads the block, he's in midfield, he's going to take it to the house, 10, 5, see ya, 91 yards.
Mathieu moves up, grabs it at 36. Watch out. Another step. Oh, stutter step. He's still going. Oh, my gracious. Mathieu backs up, grabs it at the 38-yard line. Looks for a little blocking help, gets it. Breaks a tackle, cuts left, heads for the corner, he's done it again. Sure did.
It's like we're watching a show here.
You know, when you talk to Tyrann, you saw the passion that he had for the game. When you have guys who have made some mistakes, it's how you bounce back. And if you're as passionate as Tyrann is about the game, to me, you have a chance to point those guys in the right direction. Here's a guy who was probably off quite a few teams' draft boards. He did have those character concerns, and at the end of the day, right now, he's one of the best guys in our locker room.
This kid is a rookie, but instincts is the word everyone uses to describe him. He's got a sense for where the ball's going to be, and he gets there in a hurry.
Tyrann Mathieu, and of course, he's been a model citizen since coming to Arizona.
10 for the Green Bay Packers. Harrell with the blitz coming. He gets away. No, it was Tyrann Mathieu. That's the Honey Badger out of LSU. They used a third-round pick to get him. Remember, suspended last year by the LSU program. Drafted high. They say he might have been the most impressive guy through the first 2 weeks of Cardinal camp so far.
5 to 6, we should say. And here's a play-action pass. Drills it, and it's caught by Jared Cook, and the ball is knocked away at the 3-yard line. Instead of a touchdown for Jared Cook down the middle, a fumble, a shocking development for the Rams, who seemingly were ready to take the lead.
Tyrann Mathieu, Frank never gives up on the
huge turnaround for this Arizona defense. They were looking to go in to score. Instead, they get the ball back for their offense.
Stafford goes right and it's batted down. This is a guy who has a second pick here, third rounder from LSU. You talked earlier about what he's overcome, but he's been a steal. And Steve Keim, the general manager, who pulled the trigger on that draft day move, you know, has to be smiling right now. 2nd and 10. Joyce Bell takes it outside, and a good play by Tyrann Mathieu.
He's got an innate feel for the game of football. He really does.
Cardinals rush 4. The pass to Burleson. He's brought down short of the first down. Run by Tyrann Mathieu.
What a play by the rookie out of LSU. As soon as that catch was made, he was there, instantaneous contact, and great tackle. These are these quick hitting plays where you kind of pick your poison from the jump. Mathieu chose the right side. Great play by Tyrann Mathieu.
3rd and 10, Breeze. With time going deep, and it's intercepted by Tyrann Mathieu. His first NFL interception. And back at home in New Orleans.
What a ball skill play by the youngster. Score there in the slot. You can see Marcus Colston's your throw, but Drew just predetermines this throw. Tyrann Mathieu's beautiful ball skills. This kid is such an exceptional athlete. You can talk all you want about height, weight, speed. It just doesn't matter when you can play football like that.
Lennon, short drop. Gets it out to Tim Wright, no gain on the play. Now, blitz picked up, he's got a lot of time, and it's incomplete. What his Cardinals coverage in the secondary has been tremendous. That was Tyrann Mathieu, the rookie from LSU.
He's been outstanding all year long. Matthew's going to be right there in the slot. The Arizona DB's doing a terrific job right now, breaking on the football, getting their hands on it, doing it cleanly. Honey Badger says, all right, I'll take on the big boy, and he's been doing it well all year. Every facet of the game, he's been off the charts, and as a rookie, quite impressive.
Backfield and a throw. And they've got McDonald, the rookie tight end. Coming up quickly was Mathieu. Well, you can see what you're talking about. Bruce Arians saying he's got an instinct for the point. He's already kind of everywhere over this field, John.
He's all over the field. Tyrann Mathieu, a tremendous player.
Kaepernick changes the play. Read option. Trying to get to the outside. That's a heck of a pursuit by Tyrann Mathieu. This is a big one. 3rd 13 pressure. Tyrann Mathieu on the safety blitz down to Wilson.
He did that constantly at LSU, and then a year out of football, and here he is doing it in the NFL.
To take over on their own 20. Ryan. They're going to sling it out to DeMarco, the fullback, and that is not going to get it done. Ryan intercepted again. The 3rd time they got him. It's Mathieu. It's just unbelievable. This Cardinals defense is jacked. Bruce Arians told us Mathieu has instincts like Ed Reed. He sees it and he feels it. That is a big compliment.
It's fun watching Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, play football. Gets a little confused late to go to the football, but watch him make this play. Elude Justin Blaylock with a little 360 and then make the play. That's outstanding football. You see it each and every week from him.
Ryan knocked away. Who else? Mathieu has been an impact player again.
Kid's got unbelievable instincts. Always seems to be in the right place. Trust those instincts. Darn near takes that 100 yards for a touchdown. Guy's going to be a good player in this league for a long time. They've been impressed with his work ethic, how hard he works.
The tall quarterback, been drafted out of Houston, as we mentioned, take on 1st and 10. And then upended on the play by Tyrann Mathieu, the rookie out of LSU, on a gain of 2 to the 32.
Boy, Tyrann Mathieu, he's not a big guy. He's starting at free safety, 5'9", 185 pounds, but you'll see him line up just about everywhere on this defense. At corner, he'll line up at free safety, he'll line up at the slot corner, and he's kind of a hybrid guy, as Patrick Peterson talked about. He can make a lot of plays. Put the camera on him, he usually takes you to the football. Tyrann Mathieu, they used to call him the Honey Badger at LSU. You can kind of see why. He's everywhere. He's a hitter.
And he just became a starter, too.
Really good ball player. Take a look, just the timing of this one to be able to, look at that, get that ball out. That's an incomplete. That ball would have been caught had he not come with such tenacity to lay a lick on Lestargy.
On 4th and 4. Luck. Knocked up in the air. Intercepted or incomplete.
Second down and 6. Oh, what a hit. He's an excellent tackler, the back end of the defense. They've got, I think, a lot of playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, but none more instinctive and none with a knack for making more plays as Tyrann Mathieu.
And pressure that time by Mathieu. The free safety has come in almost untouched. Picked up on the turnover by Mathieu, and Mathieu returning it, still on his feet. Wide receiver screen to Holmes. Holmes trying to get running room, but here it comes, 3rd and 3. Pass incomplete, knocked away. Tyrann Mathieu, the former LSU star. 3rd down and 9, blitz. They're off down the Whedon steps up. He's picked. Interception in front of Jason Witten and a big turnover. Pass is thrown incomplete. Riddick the target. Tyrann Mathieu is coming strong.
Wilson keeps and goes backwards. Tyrann Mathieu did not fall for it. 25-yard gain and a 1st and goal. It's Rodgers, and he's going to go nowhere. Tyrann Mathieu from the safety spot. They know him around these parts from his stardom at LSU.
And what he is, that young man, you can play him at corner, you can play him at nickel, you can play him at strong safety. He's a playmaker. You see him elude Julio Jones, then make the tackle. Just an excellent football player. A pleasure to watch. I don't care where they play.
From the 39 now, Lynch going nowhere. He is stuck both before, and Mathieu are there to greet him at the line of scrimmage. And Wilson will slip it off to the left side, and that is Baldwin, and he'll be taken out of bounds by Mathieu. Smith, and it's intercepted by the Badger. Tyrann Mathieu inside the 20.
The Honey Badger just sitting there watching that brown oblong thing come right to him. That was an easy pick.
Breeze throwing, fullback, Johnson, head down.
Tyrann Mathieu, you got to love it. 5'9", 185. If this guy plays hard, he plays with passion. See him coming up on the big fullback, Austin Johnson. Well, he's moving so well. We saw it at practice the other day. Everything full speed. You talk about a dynamic football player. We saw it in college at LSU. He had some issues. He overcame them. I think it's a tremendous story. He's been a great citizen here in Arizona, starting to play great football.
Fake to Ingram. Breeze, a lot of time, and throws too close to knocked away. There is Tyrann Mathieu. And it's interesting, right? This is a guy that had his ACL and his LCL done, John, a bad injury at the end of 2013. And last year, self-admittedly, wasn't the same, but he has had quite the start this year. Breeze comes across the middle of Cooks at the 40, and he's going to be tackled well short of a 1st down by Mathieu. So the Cardinals defense makes a pretty big stand. Into Cardinal territory, they'll run it to Ingram. Nowhere to go left, nowhere to go long, as Tyrann Mathieu sprints in to make the tackle. He has really been all over the place.
And when he comes, he really comes. Look at this pursuit, the speed. Certain guys just are born to make plays. He's very reminiscent to me of a guy who works for us at Fox now, Rondé Barber.
Fake the pitch, Breeze knocked in the air, and intercepted.
Tyrann Mathieu is one of the best blitzers I've seen in this league in a long time, and there's really an art to it. It's about timing, it's about angles.
Mathieu is in the vicinity. Guys all over the field today.
Yeah, he is. And this is what the Arizona folks say. It's been all spring, all offseason. Tyrann Mathieu back and healthy. When he is healthy, the guy's a game-changing player. You see him actually get hands on that football. He's an excellent blitzer. He understands this game, a very cerebral player, and then all the talent to go with it.
That one read beautifully by Mathieu.
My man crush for the Cardinals safety continues to grow. Tyrann Mathieu, who just exploded on that play, saw it, came from inside out, and made the sure tackle in the open field.
Take it to High. And again it's intercepted. And again it's a touchdown by Mathieu. Kaepernick looks down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. Terrible throw. Mathieu, his second interception. Blitz coming. Jump ball to the end zone. In and out of the hands, broken up by Tyrann Mathieu.
Right in, working on the much smaller Tyrann Mathieu. But what Mathieu does is see the ball to the hands of the receiver. Look how he chops through and knocks it away. That guy doesn't give up on anything.
Early. He lost it. He lost it.
Well, Arizona continuing to play the way they started this game. Look at Tyrann Mathieu find his way through there, beating the tackle.
Horns, and they put up a lot here.
Lance Moore. Queenie, a 7-time Pro Bowler. And Vic fires. Should have been intercepted. And Vic to throw it. And not getting there is Martavis Bryant. Those games they've lost. Second and 11. Pressure up the middle. Flacco throwing deep. And it's Gibbons who couldn't hang on. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu there in coverage.
Tyrann Mathieu makes an excellent play. How about that hang down?
Second and 20. Oh boy. Look out. Honey Badger right there. And he brings down Gibbons for a big loss.
I love this kid. His playing style at this size is unbelievable. He's 5'9", 185 pounds, and he plays with a vicious mentality. That time, it's a safety blitz. And his instincts, Mike, he doesn't overrun plays. He senses plays. He trusts his preparation. And he loves the big lights. Going to be a great one.
Snap to Flacco. Pressure from the Badger. Big Badger don't care.
The Badger backed Flacco.
You're a young football player. Get some Arizona defensive film and watch this kid play.
Onset eye. Takes the handoff. McCown. Pressure in his face. Goes to the corner of the end zone, and that's nearly picked off.
All right, that's great coverage by Mathieu. Mathieu crossed by Barnage running across the field. Puts his foot in the ground, and it's almost a double move off boot. Does not fool Tyrann Mathieu at all. He plays what he sees. He plays with his eyes. It's a big-time defensive stop there.
Motion man now. His hard line, and again, ball comes through his fingers, and he is level. Left. A 1st and 10. And that's Barnage with the reception upended.
And Wilson that time. Good protection, and that is broken up.
Guys, when they've had a little success, but haven't done enough.
Wilson going deep, and it's going to be picked off by Tyrann Mathieu at the 40-yard line. And he's got a little bit of a convoy.
This guy is so good. Tyrann Mathieu, look at him. He is an out and up. It looked like it was going to be perfect position. He jumps that out cut and then just flips his hips and comes back underneath that ball and makes a brilliant play. Tyrann Mathieu is a fantastic football player. I think you could play him just about anywhere on the field and he would do all right.
He's a game changer for this defense.
Looking crisp. Gabbard rolling, throwing, and completing as Anquan Bolden back out of field goal range. Gabbert floats one, and it's intercepted. It's Tyrann Mathieu with his 4th pick of the season.
You ask them, he's the face of this franchise.
Here, need 8. Gabbert, juggled by Padman, incomplete. Pressure coming, pulls on the run, and has to get rid of it.
Their first snap of the game, and a handoff it is to Peterson for 4.
Team up against your best receiver.
Oh, look at Mathieu. Look at Mathieu run up and run around to the other side to get to Peterson.
This goes here.
Second down and 3. Blitz coming. And Bradford fires over the middle, and that's dropped at the 2-yard line. In the long and somewhat less than storied history. And this is Zack. And that's going to get picked off at the 40-yard line by Tyrann Mathieu. And now he's got to flex his right leg. So maybe a little bit of a price that got paid here by the Honey Badger. So valuable is this guy.
Tyrann Mathieu, he has overcome a lot, you know, he kind of got kicked out of school there, and some questions that you really want him, and he has really truthfully turned his life completely around. And now they talk about what a great leader he is, what a great influence he is on his work ethic, his energy every day in practice, and what he brings out there. Just hope he's okay.
Fun day. Ain't no better place to be. You know, I showed up for work today. I just come here to put on a performance. I'm trying to get these fans their money worth.
A legitimate argument could be made that Tyrann Mathieu is the best all-around football player in the NFL.
I don't know, he's just special. You know, Coach ain't allowed to have favorites, but he's my favorite.
Man, I never knew I could be this strong. I feel so in control of myself right now. I like to look at myself as a hybrid. I don't really try to define a position. I don't want to be considered a corner or a safety. I want to be one of those specialists that my coach can use, you know, at his disposal. You have to fall down if you want to get back up. If you want to be the person you want to be, then you have to fall down. I mean, this thing has to beat you up. So once you get through it, man, you find out who you really are.
Tyrann Mathieu is big time. He overachieves consistently to the point where you don't even question it anymore.
This is the type of player that we would put, as we call it, in the shoebox. We would have taken his draft card off of our board. We would have put it in the shoebox, and he would have been a player that we would not even have discussed. He's given me a new perspective. Some people deserve a second chance.
Tyrann Mathieu, to me, pound for pound, is the best football player in the league.
It is good to be Tyrann Mathieu. The man got paid. Mathieu is now the highest paid safety in the NFL. He agreed to a 5-year, $62.5 million extension.
You have to want to be better, and he did. And now what he's got, he got hybrid money.
I think it's awesome. He deserved it. He's the best football player on the defensive side in the NFL.
This is a forever process. I'm not done being great. I'm not done becoming a man. And I'm not done holding myself accountable.
I promise to be the best of me.